This video, we're going to talk about performance plan. I have a strategy goal type of each kind, so you'll go ahead and see them all. You'll see the strategy name. There is a description. You'll see it under it. There's a description in this one. If not, we'll get started. First one we're going to show is a narrative goal. To create any goal, we're going to go ahead and click the plus sign and add goal. In your user guides or program guidelines, if it doesn't say how to name your goal, I would just name it the same as the strategy. So there's my name, and then I'll put in my narrative. When I'm done, I'm going to click Save. You'll actually see it under, so here's what I just created, and you'll see it under the main strategy, my goal. If I needed to edit it or delete it, I can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and click Save. It is possible to add additional goals per strategy. They'll usually tell you when you would add more than one. A perfect example of when you'll add more than one is milestones. So a milestone is essentially a date, significant date of whatever they ask. So I'm going to say and make sure you mark your due date. I'm going to go ahead and create another date. So I'm just going to click on Add Goal again. And get that date in there. So we have an example of me entering one goal for a strategy and entering multiple for a strategy. Here is a numeric, so I'm going to go ahead and add, and it said number of units. And you can either use the little arrows or enter. So that is obviously required. If you want to put a description to that, you can go ahead, but that is not required. Check your program guidelines and user guides to see if you need to put anything in the description. Click Save. And this is an example of a percent change. So it asked for the occupancy rate from year 1 to 2 and then 2 to 3. So saying create separate goals for each. So I'm going to click Add Goal. I'm going to call it year 1. So I'm entering my percentages. So for 40%, I'm going to put 0.4. I can add a description. Go ahead, click Save. It should actually be end of year 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and do another one. So I'm going to just enter current percentage and desired percentage. And now the last example type is percent achieved. So it's just saying what percentage of this project is done. Doesn't matter what the strategies, we're just looking at types. So I'm going to say 25%, so I'd put 0.25. It is possible for you to have a drop down for goal type. So it's kind of asking you to choose your own goal type. So you can go ahead and choose milestone, which are those dates, that narrative, which is that big narrative box, numeric, which is obviously a number amount, and then we have that percent achieved, which so you have 1%, or percent change where you have 2 percentages. So depending on what you choose, it will change to that. And then once you are done with your performance plan, you can either save and continue and come back to it later, or, so if I do that, and I click on something else, I don't have that check mark in that timeline section. So I'm going to need to do that before I'm able to submit. So I'm going to mark as complete, success. I'm going to click on a different section. You'll see that check mark for performance plan, which means I'm done with that.